So I was saying in this press conference yesterday, and when I criticize on behalf of the ANC the behavior of the police, they say it's ANC police. I say, no, police. Now I'm coming to the topic. The police cannot brutally act like that within the state. And then somebody, for political reasons, now try to define the party as separate from the state. And say, no, somebody who argues for that. He says that these things are combined. It's ANC. I say, how does a policeman who's trained as a cop become ANC by day and government by night, and a cop when he's doing an operation like that one of beating up people on the road? Can't be ANC. And the ANC can't be quiet about that. And I'm happy today that those police have been suspended, and they must account, and that IPIT will investigate and make a determination. So, South Africans, nobody was engaging with that point from trying to understand what is the role of VIP protection. And then everybody else says that, no, that must be done away with. It's not important. And then we're compared with other countries where there is no crime. You know, when somebody compared the president of Finland with the president of South Africa, there's no crime there. The president can afford to go to work by bicycle in Finland. And I don't know what is the population, it's very less. And the standard of living there is totally different from ours. So if you were to compare the president of South Africa with DRC, have you been to DRC? You can't move there. And then you say you must be like president of DRC who goes to work with a bicycle. You will not be in a position, the president of DRC or any African country. So we are compared as a developing nation with developed nation, that in this and that country, presidents are defined in this and that particular way. So in a democratic dispensation, we have set rules how politicians and people must behave. And nobody's made a favor here. We all have got to account for our part. It is correct. Politicians sometimes think that they own the law. They don't exist within the law. They own the law. And if the law, sometimes because of our political challenges, deals with Mbalula, who probably does things, you say it is politics. I can tell you that weaknesses that you have is what those who are opposed to you in political cycles exploit. They exploit them. That you've got these weaknesses and they work on them. But first and foremost, you are responsible for your life. It cannot be that every time you are in trouble, society and the party must babysit you for your problems. You must get out of those problems on your own. But the rules must be defined by fairness. And that's where the Black Forum comes in, and the AfriForum. The AfriForum wants to bring everything that is black and probably successful down. It's their agenda to prove the system is wrong in the hands of black people. But the Black Forum must say, we will defend our own, but not on the basis of incompetence and recklessness. We'll defend the best of the best in the system, so that Mbalula does not hide beyond incompetence in the name of blackness, and then begin to say that, no, I'm being victimized here because one day I want to become president. Because you should become president and want to be president out of your deeds. For one thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are about Here in this country, we have defended things that we're not supposed to defend. And I don't want to mention them because I'm now Secretary General. So, we're not supposed to defend. And you intellectuals, you should say, and which some of you I applaud. When that moment came, you stood up and said, this is not in my name. No, I can't go with this. Because nina ncenge mos nifundile. Thina sincenge ebusuku kude kuyovala ucenga umuntu webranch. Ukuthi awukampa ngikhetha ngwanisu. Yatsiba xa unondikhetha mntakwethu. Nina, you are professors. You need to lead the light. You must go and tell that thing to those people back where branching, not me. This is nonsense. This is nonsense, and I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3. It's incompetence. I will never put up with that in the name of blackness or the revolution. And that is what we want. So, when we move ourselves and talk about integrity and all of that, we need to understand what we're talking about. We are not talking about romanticizing incompetence. You know, I could see Dr. Namani Mo was introducing me. He had a difficulty because so he must finish not with minister, he must finish with Muno Tsweringu. Because our kids are no longer going to be led by people who don't have anything and then still talk about apartheid. Apartheid bias, ISOP, and so on. You must now finish by saying, where's the no minister? Because we must go to school as we get into these positions. Ungafiki nje ulo aparapura pereka bakala politician. We apareka ubalur lena ke petlile ntate ke tlatla ka ya ka usana. We no longer read newspapers. We no longer write. We no longer engage in public debate. Because it's easy to wake up and answer a person in a paragraph or two on Twitter, and then they insult you back. And very few will be interested in what you say, and it's gone. And then all what they are interested in is the looks. And I realize the people who post their looks, they get a good audience. But when you come, you try to think, that thing doesn't happen.